Hello, and this is my first actual driving vlog that I've done for quite some time. What I want to talk about is bereavement, grief, loss, you know, and that sort of thing. So this might be a bit of a depressing vlog, but stay with it. So this is going to be a bit thingy, but these are just my views from the cab, such as they are. So you know, recently I myself have had a bereavement in the family, and just before that I was talking to somebody else who had suffered a bereavement, but you just don't know really what to say or what to do or how to act, because they just don't teach it to you in school. You know, oh, I can do fractions and decimals, but I don't know what to say when somebody dies. You say, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss. I don't even really know what that means, to be honest. But we say it. But unless you're told what to say, but unless you ask, you know, you don't know. They're so busy in school, you know, teaching you long multiplication and long division, which, as it turns out, is just simply to teach you problem solving. As it turns out, that is the real point of long division and long multiplication, just to teach you problem solving. No other point for it. But you know, they're so busy teaching you about stuff that I mean, I don't use long multiplication anymore. You know, I never really used it anyway, as it was. But the point is, they should be teaching people these life skills. You know, what to say when somebody dies, how to act. You know, how to act appropriately, so you're not just standing there like a stammering idiot. Do you know what I mean? So you just don't know what to say. They're so busy teaching kids the wrong things just to pass exams. I suppose this is turning into a bit of a bash at the education system as well, which, to be honest, I think is shocking, really. The education system in this country, the national curriculum with its one-size-fits-all policy, you know, of just teaching these kids to pass an exam because one day an employer might want to look at what they did in school 20 years ago. I don't think it's... But the trouble is, kids, and I've spoken to kids that have been so brainwashed. The schools have brainwashed them to such an extent that they really do believe that GCSEs are the be-all and the end-all. They really do believe it. You know, they've been brainwashed. Look at this weather, look at that. That is just, it's the Trumpiest day today. We had snow yesterday, and now today I think it's what's called a wintry shower. A wintry shower. As usual, the Met Office have jumped on the bandwagon, and they've got an excuse to trot out an amber weather warning because it's going to be cold and drizzly and rainy. Well, abracadabra, in case I hadn't noticed, this is England, this is the UK. It's always cold and it always rains. It's just today we just happen to have a bit of sleet mixed in with it, just to make a bit of a change. So it's not just a shower, it's a wintry shower. But yeah, so rather than teach these kids stuff they're never going to use, I mean, they don't teach you how mortgages work, they don't teach you about taxes, they don't teach these kids really anything at all, to the point where when it really comes to these kids, they've got no sense of realism. Kids today have got no sense of realism. They think that they're going to leave school and they're going to just be a captain of industry in no time at all. They're not realistic. They don't realise that they've got to do the gutty jobs that nobody else wants. That there are going to be times when you're treated badly by employers, because it happens. In this day and age, everybody is all so fluffy and warm. You know, yes, we don't like bullying, you know, but it happens. In the workplace, it happens. It happens to all of us. It's happened to me when I was young. It happens to all of us. We all get treated badly by an employer at one time or another. We all get forced to do jobs that we don't like. But the kids today, because they're not taught anything in school other than how to get through an English GCSE, they're not taught any sense of realism. They don't realise that life isn't fair. You know, if life doesn't suck, then life blows. It either blows or it sucks. It's as simple as that. But these kids today are not taught properly. You know, they're just taught to pass an exam. That's the end of it. And I think it's terrible. I think it really is. You know, they're not taught about, you know, yes, you will have to work weekends, yes, you will have to work late at night, probably overnight, you know, yes, you will have to pay tax. That's another one. I've spoken to youngsters that are, you know, having to pay tax for the first time. They've got their first job, they're having to pay tax, and they don't like it, because they don't realise that that's what happens. You get a job, you go to work for, say, 40 hours, and then the government takes some of that money off you. What it does with it is entirely up to them. You've got no real say in it, but the government will take some of your money. But because kids are not taught that in school, they don't realise. And they look at their pay slip and they go, oh crikey, it's like a game show. You know, here's what you could have won. You could have won the grand prize and took home all of the money you earned, but you're not getting that. You're getting a consolation prize, and it's as simple as that. This is what you could have won, but you're not getting that. You're getting a consolation booby prize. So there it is. Kids should be taught differently in school. They should be taught life skills. They should be taught things that are relevant to them, because all kids are going to experience loss. They're going to experience bereavement, and that they are going to have to go through it. It's as simple as that. They need to be taught real things that really, really do apply. The biggest lesson they need to learn is that when life doesn't suck, it blows. There it is. That's my thoughts on the matter. I'm going to carry on driving in this dreadful, awful weather for just a little bit longer. So thanks for watching if you've made it this far, and I'll catch you on the next one.